welcome back to the podcast. On today's episode, so special, I can't spit it out. On today's episode, the risk of routine.
What?
Yes, indeed.
Routines are risky?
There might be something going on that's awful risky and you don't even know it.
Dang, I can't wait to hear this.
Your life is way too consistent.
Welcome back to Just These Guys, you know.
We got Dr. Parker in the house.
And we got Pastor Mike.
Yeah. Woo. November 12th, right? I just want everybody to know who's listening all over the world here. It is a beautiful November 12th in Wichita, Kansas.
It is.
Goodness. Yesterday was amazing. Today's going to be another amazing day. We've been getting a lot of rain. It's just, this is a great fall. I love fall, and I'm reminded once again how much I love it. Even more. It's just staying so warm. It's crazy.
Well, I was going to say, it's better than most years where it's summer and then it's winter.
Yep. No fall for you. No fall for you. And then we're going to go straight from winter to summer. Maybe we'll have a spring.
The fall is off a cliff.
Yeah. We're so spoiled with all four of our seasons.
This year has been amazing as far as seasons go. Mm-hmm. So, yes.
All right. But this episode is way more interesting than just talking about the weather. Just that surfacey weather talk.
Two old men talking about the weather.
When you recommended the idea of talking about routine.
The recommendation that I totally forgot.
Yep. I got a little bit of a tingle.
Whoa.
Going down my spine when I read it, because I don't know if you know this.
You don't know what I don't know.
Exactly. But I'm not much of a routine guy.
I bet that's not true.
You really? You think so?
Oh, yeah.
I love it when my life gets interrupted. I actually do.
I'm sure you do, but I am also sure that routines dominate your life.
Well, yeah. I do pee pretty much the same number of times every night, 4 to 5 times. I do brush my teeth every morning with my left hand. A lot of little things. I do have to stay conformed to what other people need out of me as far as routine goes.
Sure.
But man, I really do enjoy when a day goes to left field. I just do.
Because it breaks the routine.
It does. It breaks the routine. It breaks the monotony of it. Mm-hmm. And so I also feel like it's been something that has developed over the years, because as I was thinking about this, the reality is some of us just have occupations where if you're not okay with your day being interrupted, you're in big trouble.
Sure.
And the people who... Well, number one, the people that I do ministry with, they know that I'm not really a routine guy. I'm not in the office consistently every day. I do an amazing. Let me just tell you how amazing my life is.
We'll take a moment for Mike to brag on himself here.
Let me just boast for a second.
This ain't a humble brag. This is
no.
This is a straight up brag.
I do such an amazing, it is my distinct and humble opinion. Those words don't go together, by the way. My brother always says that. It's my distinct and humble opinion that I live in the moment.
Sure.
I love to live in the moment. Mm-hmm. And sometimes when you live in the moment, you forget that you had an appointment in an hour. Because when you're living in the moment, you're not paying attention to your phone where you had a note, you had a reminder. And so, yeah, this whole idea you sent about how routine can actually hinder inspiration, how it can hinder creativity. I agree. I completely agree. And I think there are a lot of folks out there who are missing out on some stuff, missing out on some change even, because they are so stuck in the mundane. They're so stuck in believing that they have to stay in their routine. And really the routine, all of it's doing is just trying to get them to the weekend.
Sure.
That's a boat that has a whole lot of folks in it. I'm just trying to get to the weekend. when they could have plenty of weekend
Right.
all week long. And I'm not just talking about getting to the drinking. I'm talking about getting to some freedom,
Right.
a sense of freedom. Okay, I've done what I have to do. Now I get to do what I want to do. Well, we can do more of what we want to do all week long if we live in the freedom of knowing we do live when we want it with what we want. Does that work?
I'm amazed that you just burped that all out like that. Just
Well,
came up with that on the fly.
Well, think about a year ago. That's one of the things I love about this is that it has created, there is obviously some routine and structure. We do this every Tuesday morning, 7:30 a.m. We record this. But what it has done is it has helped me to be open to, well, number one, out of my comfort zone.
Sure.
Way out. Even though I'm a public speaker, basically a preacher by trade, standing in front of a microphone and just talking, having a conversation for everybody to come in who wants to join in on.
Right.
And here, that's a little out of your comfort zone. But I think everybody, that's where the inspiration lies. That's where the creativity lies, is on the other side of your comfort zone. Without a doubt.
Sure.
That's because in our comfort zone, we are truly stuck. We're stuck in the mundane. We're stuck in the rut of routine.
Mm-hmm.
And I know a whole lot of folks, myself included. I've spent years and years stuck in the mundane and the rut of routine. And man, it's no place to be, because boredom is not a good thing.
Well, boredom is a great thing because
that's not what I just said. What do you misheard me?
Oh, I'm sorry. Boredom sucks. I'm sorry.
Well, tell us why.
Well, because it inspires.
Mm-hmm.
If you're bored,
maybe
you start trying to think of something to break up the boredom.
Until boredom is a habit. Until boredom is just it's actually almost an addiction, because it's comfortable. Whatever you're used to is comfortable.
Okay. I'll buy that. But that's kind of what I brought that topic up. I read that article, and they quoted one of the popes.
Oh, yeah.
Pope St. Francis or something, saying that people get stuck in their routines, their secular routines, and it's those routines that then separate us from God. I mean, we get into routines, whether we know I live in the moment, but if you look back at every single day, every single week for the last year, you will see patterns and routines in there that have fallen out, because your situation is a result of your character. Your character is a result of your habits. Your habits are built based on the behaviors that you do. Your behaviors are the result of the decisions you make. Your decisions are prompted by your experiences and feelings and emotions. Your feelings are dictated by how you think. Your thought processes are in place due to the environment that you place you're in. And your environment you're in is due to your identity. And so you will always end up in the same situation unless you change your identity. And through that whole process, these routines fall out. We are almost powerless over changing those routines when we're not taking conscious control of things, because we are predictably unpredictable, or unpredictably predictable. And so even people who live in the moment, they're still predictable because they are going to do what their character drives them to do, even on the spur of the moment of something. And so you came in earlier today, and we were talking about the concert I went to. Tish and I went to over the weekend. It was one of my birthday presents. Tish bought me a ticket to for King and Country down in Oklahoma City, and I'd sent you a video of it, and it was just the most spectacular visual electronic show I've ever seen, with this multi-level stage moving up and down in the air and then repositioning itself. And it was just 3 hours of fantastic sound and lights and video and engineering feats, embedded in, surrounded by Christian music and people worshiping. Well, what kind of music do you listen to when you just get in the truck, turn on the radio? And I'm not putting you on the spot. I'm just asking the public. When you jump in your car and you turn on your radio, when you jump in your car, your radio is always on. What station is it on? When you walk into the house and you turn something on, what are you turning on? These are the routines that I'm talking about that we fall into. We have a daily go-to in every single thing we do. You get up every morning, you brush your teeth with your left hand, you think the certain thing, you get the same breakfast or not breakfast or coffee. We fall into these routines. We get up, we sit down, we get our coffee, we watch TV, watch the news. We fall into routines, and those routines begin to fill up our lives with busyness. And our job is so important. I got to go to work. Oh my God. And we get into work and we fall into these routines, and then we start looking beyond the routines for free time to do the stuff we want to do. Oh my God, my life, I'm so bored. And we start but we're filling our own life with all of these routines and structures and habits and patterns as if they're unchangeable. And at any moment in time, you can change anything. It's a matter of taking a conscious kind of effort. And look, and David Henry Thoreau once famously said, who says it has to be that way?
Don.
Who says it has to be David Henry Thoreau? Why can't it be Thoreau David Henry? Who says it must be A, B, C, D, E, F, G? Why can't it be Z, Y, V, U, W, X, L? Who says? Where are we getting our commands and authorities and principles to do things this exact way all the time? And if you genuinely ask that question throughout your day, I got to go to lunch. Who says? Well, my stomach, but who says you got to go to lunch? And I know you're going to end up at Spangles because that's where you always go. Spangles or McDonald's, one or the other. You're predictable. I will find you by knowing your routines and patterns, because people don't break the routines and patterns.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
And so who says you have to go to lunch? Why can't lunch come to you?
Yeah.
Why can't you skip lunch? Do a little fasting. Why can't you go for a run during lunch and come back instead of, who says? Who said? We are in such routines and patterns that we turn power of ourself over to the routine and lose control of our life. Therefore, we miss opportunities to grow or to experience things because we are kind of captive to these routines.
So my radio, it's not a radio. My radio doesn't work in my truck. It's my phone plugged in to the aux.
Mm-hmm.
My worship on my way over here was Steely Dan. I'm a fool to do your dirty work.
And you are doing
I'm a fool.
dirty work of a routine.
So as the guy who helped you to appreciate the fact that you could take your AC/DC and take it back.
Right.
And make it worship. I love the fact that you not only realize that now, but you guys go to more Christian concerts than anybody else I know. It's not even close.
No, it's like 3 or 4 in the last month or something.
That's actually why I couldn't believe that the one Christian concert that the pastor that I have gone to in the last maybe 2 years or so, I can't even think of the name of them. My buddy wanted me to go. They're the rock 80s black and yellow
Sticks. No, Striper.
No. Yes, Striper. I loved it so much I couldn't even remember that. Sorry, Jason.
Well, and that's part of the you're
Striper.
not in that routine.
Yeah, no. I'm not. Yeah. I was amazed though. My point is that you weren't there. Why were you not there?
I
Did you not know about it? Are they not your bag?
well, I'll be honest with you.
No, don't be honest with me.
Why do people say that? It's a habit.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. Lest you think more of me than you should, Tish kind of scours the internet, keeps up on the routines and schedules.
Okay, yeah.
Travelings of these bands and identifies them months in advance. And
and it's something that you guys have to look forward to do together. It's your thing.
Yeah,
I love that.
We ran down to Oklahoma City, found a great off the beaten path restaurant 2 weeks ago when we went and saw Crowder and some other guy, Casting Crowns.
Some other guy.
Yeah, I went for Crowder. That's it. The other guys, they're all right.
Yeah.
But we found this great barbecue joint in Midwest City, east of Oklahoma City. Just awesome barbecue and legitimate greens, not made in the bathtub.
Yep. Yeah.
Actual legitimate greens, and it was just great to meet the people and to eat that food, and then to go over to the concert, spend the evening in Oklahoma City. Again, Crowder, just awesome show, and
yeah, that's cool.
But for much of I'm going to say my life, but going to concerts and things weren't a part of my routine. And Tish started scheduling these things, and now we've changed our routines. Just how you do things in the evenings, what you look forward to on the weekends, and that's become kind of part of our life the past few years, and going forward will be. That question, who says, is really important to ask. All throughout the day, who says it has to be this way?
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you have to give stuff up, but just consciously choosing what it is you're doing. A client of mine recently went through a lot of stuff, came out the other side, and they had a break from work, and they found themselves going through their house room by room, closet by closet, and were amazed at how great they felt, kind of taking an inventory of everything in the room, in the closet, pulling stuff out. Why do I have, this from 1992? And literally removed a blue dumpster full of stuff from their home, and donated a lot of stuff out and gave stuff to other people. But as they went through, who says I need to keep this? Why do I have this? What purpose is it serving? Is this the best use for this space or this room? As they did that physically to their house and cleared out a lot of clutter and repurposed a desk, repurposed a room to use it for other things, metaphorically, they were doing the same in their life. Kind of clearing out the mental clutter. Why am I hanging on to these memories? What purpose does it serve? Who says I have to continue to feel this way? Who says I have to continue to hang on to this? Who says I can't repurpose my life? Who says I can't, choose a different career going forward? Who says? And oftentimes when you ask that question, it'll be followed by silence, because it's just something you told yourself or thought 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 8 years ago, and you fell into this routine, a mental routine, which leads to a behavioral routine. We fall into ruts and patterns all the time. How we think is a routine. What we value, what's important, are routines.
And it often can be a mundane routine.
Remember, boy, I'm a redneck.
Remember?
This is about the time my mother would slap me. Hey, remember? Do you recall when we filmed the little commercial stuff with your truck out on the Sunrise Highway?
Yeah.
And ever since then, I've had an itch for an old truck. Dropping a big engine in it like you did, sporty wheels. It's just been an itch. And I have one in my brain that would be perfect. And I found myself for many months, they would catch my eye whenever I'd see them anywhere or and then I would start going and searching for them and looking, and maybe I could pull that one out of the farmer's field. Maybe I could do like Mike and get it over to the mechanic and drop an engine in it. And it became, and I probably, in total spent 80 hours
Yeah.
over the course of 6 months.
Yeah.
But I'd always come back to why.
Sure.
I mean, I've got 2 cool motorcycles. Why the truck? Who says Lance needs a badass truck? Mike's got a badass truck. Who says Lance needs a badass truck?
Mm-hmm.
And there was never an answer after that. And it became a routine, a pattern, a secular kind of chasing a desire, a momentary twitch that I felt that I then chased after. But I would always ask, well, who says I need this?
Yeah.
And there was a blank.
Yeah, we do.
Nothing rose up.
Yeah, you're right, man. We do tend to kind of just wander through life from one day to the next without really thinking.
And that's the deal, is in that we're wandering without thinking, we turn power over to the pattern. And one of the things I've done for 30 years now is do psychological evaluations of people and kind of share with their doctors or psychiatrists or courts or whoever the patterns of their life, so that they can either help them correct the pattern or be able to kind of gently predict future patterns. And everybody, doesn't matter how structured you are or how unstructured you are, there's always a pattern there. And in that pattern is where we have unconsciously, consciously let go of taking any control or direction over the future of our life or the future of our day. And that is the risk of routine, is we're no longer in conscious control of what we're doing. We're not choosing on purpose to go to work or to say this to the coworker or to do this at lunchtime or to do this after work. We've turned ourselves over to an unconscious pattern, a neural network that is laid down over months and years, and we can change it by taking that conscious control over every thought. Who said that? Huh? I don't know.
Somebody had a good thought there.
Yeah.
Take captive every thought.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said at the beginning of this episode, I am a routine guy.
Yeah.
No, you said I am a routine guy, and now I understand. We all are.
All of us.
And we can have more control, however, over what that looks like. So that's good. So I want to say one thing real quick, because this is what I want, and I need everybody's help. So if you're still with us, you are the perfect person to help.
Yes.
So we are sitting right now at 3,240 some subscribers on YouTube. Let's go for 4,000. So share this with somebody. Share it with them, and then just ask them very nicely, hey, take a moment in your routine today to hit subscribe, and then share it with somebody else. Because let's just go for 4. 5's the real next goal.
Oh.
But let's get to 4 first. And let's see what we can do. Let's share this with people. Let's get this out there. And also on Rumble, let's see if we can get from 3 subscribers. Let's just go to 10. Baby steps. And so take a moment in that routine of yours and get her done. Thank you, Doc. I'm going to go.
Thank you, Mike.
Enjoy the routine of the day. And
make it a new routine.
Yes. Make it my power.
Yes.
Absolutely.
We're just these guys, you know.
We got Dr. Parker.
Thanks for stepping in the middle of our conversation.
Mm-hmm.
We'll catch you next week.
Have an awesome week.